Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that impacts every single part of your life, your business, your relationships, your goals, and especially your bank account, self-worth. And more specifically, how your sense of self-worth determines the money you make, the opportunities you allow yourself to receive, and the level of success you believe you're allowed to have. Most people think money issues are about strategy, budgeting, marketing, better offers, more clients. But money problems almost always start with identity problems. When you don't feel worthy, you don't receive more, you sabotage, you shrink, you plateau, you work hard, but somehow end up in the same place every year. Today, I want to explain this, and I also want to share a very personal chapter of my life that I've never talked about publicly at this depth, because my own money story is the reason I do this work. So, money is emotional, money is energetic, money is deeply tied to how you see yourself. And if you don't feel worthy of receiving, you will unconsciously block money, push away opportunities, undercharge, undervalue your gifts, and stay in survival mode, even when you're doing everything right on paper. This is why some people hustle for years and never break through. It's not their strategy, it's their identity. And I know this because after my divorce, money became one of the most emotionally charged areas of my life. I ended up in debt, confused, overwhelmed, and honestly angry. Angry that I wanted more but couldn't seem to create it. Angry that no matter how hard I worked, I could never get ahead. I was doing all the right things, reading books, taking courses, coaches, working extra hours, but the truth, I was in denial. And even though I had a coaching business on the side, I could never fully step into entrepreneurship. I always needed a job. I always needed security. And I always assumed my partner would pick up the slack if I couldn't earn enough. For 10 years, I danced with this pattern, dreaming big, but living small. Then earlier this year, everything changed. I was writing out my goals, and as I looked at them, it hit me. These were the same goals I had been writing for years and not achieving. So I turned to my husband for help because the noise in my head was loud. How am I going to do this? I'm never going to be able to do this. I don't believe this is possible. Like crazy. And so I didn't say these things out loud, but they were screaming in my mind. And my husband looked at me and he said, "You're running unworthiness." I was furious. And I wanted to prove him wrong. I wanted to tell him he had no idea what he was talking about. Me? Unworthy? But I also knew something inside me cracked open when he said it. So we did a breakthrough session using timeline therapy, a modality in NLP that removes the root cause of limiting beliefs and negative emotions. It's like chef's kiss. And sure enough, there it was, unworthiness, sitting right at the root of my money story. I cried. I'm unworthy. I'll never forget because it suddenly made sense. Every pattern, every plateau, every year of writing goals I never achieved. That belief had been running my life and I didn't even know it. I never would have admitted or accepted that. But after this session, everything shifted. I started hitting goals consistently. My money energy changed. My action changed. My relationship with money softened. I started becoming a money manager and a steward of my finances. My capacity expanded. I felt safe receiving more. And the craziest part, I lost my job and I wasn't afraid. In fact, I was calm. I was grateful because for the first time in my life, I finally felt worthy enough to run my coaching business full time. I mean, that's what I had been working towards all along. I just couldn't let it go. I couldn't let this little part time job go. And it was such a relief. Like I stepped into the identity God intended for me, the identity that had been waiting for me all along. This is why I believe so deeply in this work, because I lived on the other side of it for years. So when you carry unworthiness, you will unconsciously set small goals, undercharge, stay busy instead of productive, say yes to the wrong opportunities, procrastinate when money growth is possible, hold back your gifts, fear visibility, expect someone else to rescue you financially, stay in survival mode even when abundance is available. These aren't habits, these are identity patterns. And identity lives in your unconscious mind. This is why you can journal, affirm, and believe in yourself consciously, but nothing changes long term. Because the unconscious mind, the part of you that drives 90% of your thoughts, decisions, and behaviors, is still holding an old story. To change your relationship with money, you have to change your identity. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, that's me, I keep sabotaging, I keep plateauing, I keep saying next month, I keep working hard but getting nowhere, then you need to take the income blueprint assessment. It reveals exactly which unconscious pattern is blocking your income and what to shift immediately. It's accurate, it's fast, and honestly, it will explain things about your money habits you've never connected before. I'll drop the link below. Go take it. It might be the single biggest turning point for your comfort and your income this year.